I'm Jim Richardson. I'm with Music on the Delaware. And on February 13th, we're going to be featuring directly from Denver, Colorado, the duo Bettman Halpin. And I'm here with them right now. And we're want to talk a little bit about their music. So
Awesome.
Welcome.
Hey, thanks.
Hi, thank you.
Now, one reviewer said that their blend of bluegrass and Americana and jazz and blues defies categorizing. So all the more reason we want to talk to them and find out how they define it.
Yeah,
so let's hear from you.
Yeah. It defies categorization. That's just, no. Well, we have a lot of influences. And one of the actually foundational influences that Luke mentioned just the other day, we were chatting with some folks, is that I am classically trained. So I actually went to music conservatory and have all kinds of training, more training than I should be willing to admit to, even opera training. And Luke is entirely self-taught, grew up in Southern California. And
in kind of the bluegrass
in the
world.
Bluegrass world, right.
And we have collided and become what we are today. I mean, at our core, we're an Americana folk band. The jazz and the bluesy stuff that gets mentioned by that person it's leaked into it from all of our influences. I hesitate to say true jazz because I only know 12 chords instead of
not anymore
472. But yeah, Americana folk, mostly all original. When we're doing the original show, Stephanie writes most everything.
Yeah, but we're fairly eclectic. We Luke plays guitar, mandolin, fiddle, and banjo. Will we be including banjo on the 13th?
I don't know, give it some thought. Perhaps we should.
We don't have any downright love songs on the banjo. And then I play the fiddle and sing, and obviously he sings harmony as well. And so, yeah, I mean, I guess, how do I tell you about our genre? That's the hardest question any artist ever has to answer. But yeah, we're in Americana folk.
Yeah.
But we have pop influences and blues influences and.
Well, I think there was.
I don't even think about genre when I write or play. It just, it just happens.
I think there was one reviewer that wrote something to the effect that it's what you do would be if Joan Baez had a love child with Charlie Daniels. Does that?
Yeah. That's not bad. Yeah. That's pretty good.
I thought that was a great
pretty
quote.
Good. Yeah, that actually sums it up.
That's fairly decent. Explanation. If that gives you a picture.
Yeah, we won't ask for any more details on that. Well, Stephanie, let's start with you. I mean, you're known for your songwriting and your exquisite singing and your fantastic fiddle playing, but I know your journey to this career took some interesting steps along the way. Actor and a trapeze performer.
Yes, I was a trapeze artist for some time. Yes. I was determined to be an actor, actually. In fact, that was it. I was done. I knew exactly what I wanted to do at the age of 12. And then somewhere around the age of early 30s, I got knocked off course by just a series of really kind of awful experiences after another. And I'd always played music. I started playing music when I was 8, which actually we both did. I started playing the violin at the age of 8, and I started singing and taking voice lessons at the age of 13. And my degree was in voice. And so I was 33, 34 when the sort of acting path just got too painful to bear. And so I stepped away and I thought, okay, well, I've been wanting to do music. And so that's when I started writing songs. And
let's go into an easier profession.
Right. Yeah. Well, because music's so much easier than theater and movies. So yeah. And then somewhere when did I get into trapeze? I guess I got into trapeze when I was in my 20s. And then I really started pursuing it. I moved out to Los Angeles and was pursuing acting. And I found a woman who was a trapeze artist, and she became my coach. And then I started performing and teaching. And that was great. I really miss that, but it's not the kind of thing you can do casually. So, yeah, I've done a few different things, lived in a few different cities.
So there will be no trapeze performance in this concert?
There will not be any actual trapeze performance. However, we do have a song.
Let's plan on doing
about the circus. There's a circus cemetery that I wrote a song about in a small town in Oklahoma. So we'll do that song.
And that's a beautiful song.
Thank you. It's called Flowers and Stone. Yeah.
Luke,
Yes,
Stephanie mentioned the fact that you're an amazing multi-instrumentalist, known for, as one person put it, burning up the strings on guitars and mandolin. And
yeah.
how did you begin your musical journey? And did it include any circus work?
I did not do any circus work. A lot of construction work, but not circus work. I 8 years old as well. My situation was a family band. I was the youngest in a family band. I don't honestly know if we were doing gigs when I was 8. Definitely by the time I was 9, but I started when I was 8. Got a mandolin my dad handed me. I think my parents had some sort of agreement where my dad wasn't allowed to go out playing in bars anymore or something. I'm not exactly sure. And it was like, if you want to have a band, it's got to be the kids or something. I don't fully remember the story, but so he handed me a mandolin in a Mel Bay mandolin book and said, here, learn how to play it. Yet I thought he would have helped teach me how to learn, but I pretty much did it all on my own. And that's evolved over the years. There was lots of music in the house, and even in the extended family, there was any party you went to, it would break out in song, and lots of people gathering on pianos, that kind of an environment. So music's just been there all the time, and there's instruments everywhere. So I don't know, I was a little kid. It was like, oh, I'll play the mandolin. Oh, someone said the strings on the violin are the same strings as the mandolin, tuning wise. So I'm like, I'll try that. And then my mom played banjo, and I kind of wanted to show her that I could do it better than her because I was a bratty little kid. So I learned banjo, and then guitar was more, I knew how to play the guitar because it was sort of the similar function to the mandolin kind of, but I didn't really focus on it. Wasn't really that interested in becoming a guitar player until I met Stephanie, and then it just sort of became a thing. And so interestingly, now I play more guitar than anything else, but I think mandolin's definitely where a lot of the passion is, and people love it. So the burning up the strings, when you're a teenager, the only thing you want to do is play as fast as you can. I want to play faster and faster and faster. And now as an adult, I can still do it, but I like to be more musical and just use it as an ingredient. But yeah.
I understand there was a review that I read, I think it was on your website, about the group of guitarists who, after hearing you and being so impressed, said, we might as well take our guitars behind the building and burn them, because there's no point in us trying to play.
I know. I mean, it's funny. It always makes me a little sad. I always feel a little sad. It's like, that's not my goal. I want y'all to want to play. That's what I was when I was a kid. I would see someone who was amazing. I'd just be like, I'm going to go home and do it. It's flattering though. It's nice to say. Yeah. So
one other question. How about plans for the future? And I know that's a funny question to ask right now.
Well,
oh my gosh, plans for the future. Well, that's wide open.
Hilarious.
That's a wide open question.
That is.
Okay, there are
the afternoon for that answer.
Yeah, actually we do. We
got all sorts of projects we're working on, so tell them about it.
Well, we are working currently on our next release, which is looking more and more like it's going to be a 2-volume release of American songbook songs. Done, in our style with guitars and.
Yep. So I actually lied. I do know more than 12 chords now. I've learned hundreds of
lot of chords
in the last month.
We actually are dipping our toe in that classic sort of jazzy songbook vibe. So that's actually fun. And it's been a huge learning curve for us. So we've got that going. And then I don't know when exactly the release will happen, but sometime this year, 2021, we will at least release volume 1 of that. And then we also are working on a cookbook, which is going to be a whole food plant-based cookbook that are recipes that we have learned to love. We've been whole food plant-based for 8 years, 9 years,
At
9
least.
years. I don't know, a long time now. And we love food. And we've gotten so many questions from our friends and our fans when we post pictures of what we've been making for recipes. So we're putting together a cookbook.
Which may or may not be a songbook as well. We were gonna,
Yeah.
it was gonna be a cookbook songbook, but then everything takes on a life of its own. So it's still in flux, but we're working on that. We'll probably release some videos at some point of us making some of the food for fun. That's sort of on the plan. I'm not making any promises about anything, but these are all the things we're working on towards the future. There's a few
Yeah.
mini like 25% capacity tour stuff that might be happening in August, but it
We'll
all feels
see.
so up in the
East
air.
Coast,
It's kind of hard to know.
Stephanie and Luke, are you going to include some of the songs from that, your new project of the American Songbook?
Well, we have been talking about this actually. I have several originals that I've written that we are prepared to potentially include a couple of those in the show, just sort of as a teaser for people for what's to come. But we are actually in the process of learning a lot of those songs. And we have another streaming concert that's going to be on February 19th, which is going to focus on the American Songbook material. So for on the 13th, we are actually going to just do a lot of our originals and songs that focus on love in various permutations of love for, of course, the beautiful Valentine's holiday weekend. And yeah, so we'll be doing more along the lines of the Americana vibe that we are known for.
But I'd
for you
imagine we'll
guys.
probably try to share one or two.
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah.
probably just dip our toe a little bit and say, here's a teaser for what's to come. But yeah, we have a lot of work to do before we can really perform those.
Yeah.
Those
Okay.
songs.
We are
confidently.
surrounded by sheets of music over here.
Yeah.
Preparing for the 19th.
Well,
Yeah.
we're really looking forward to you to coming here on Saturday, February 13th.
I hope.
And we hope that all of you out there will join us. Go to the Walton Theater website and there you can register for a link and join us in the concert. So we
Looking
thank
forward
you
to
very
seeing
much.
everybody.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. We'll see you there.
See you there. Thank you.